Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. Today we have another awesome top 10 countdown, and I'm actually filming two today, so you'll see one follow this. But the first one today is all about the best statues of 2020. That's right, I've got over 50 statues that have arrived in 2020, and we're about halfway through the year, so today we're going to count down my 10 favorites. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the Extreme channel. I'm Mr. X. We're about high-end collectibles here, and this year we've had over 50 new ones arrive. So I began thinking, it's June, it's almost halfway through the year. At the end of the year, I always do a 10 favorite arrival, 10 favorite in my collection. So today we're going to do what new ones have arrived since January 1st that are my 10 favorites. And what's crazy is I went through the list, I think I saw like 5 number ones. There are so many awesome grails that have been released this year, and I think everything within the game of high-end statue collecting is really just raising the bar. There are some that I wish could have made the top 10, but didn't even have a chance. And what's crazy to me with the Contravirus is quite a few of the statues I was supposed to get I haven't received yet. So when we do this list again near probably end of December 2020, I think the list will be completely different, even though a lot of the ones that we're going to put on today, some people would consider grails. And before I start, in statue collecting, I think there's a lot of controversy around the word grail. Some people say grail all the time. Some people say grail means a statue you can't attain. I'm kind of on the fence. So to me, I have one grail. My grail is a statue that I cannot get. Most of you, go ahead and put in the comments below what it is, because that'll also enter you into the monthly drawing for Extrizes. But a lot of times I will say grail when I review a statue because I just think it may become a grail. To me, a grail is something that is very hard to attain, either due to availability and or price, and a lot of times that goes hand in hand. So grail is different to every single person. So in my collection, for example, I probably have about 20 or 30 grails to someone else. So sometimes when I do a review, I may say, hey, this is a grail, or it has the potential to be a grail. And that's just my opinion how to use the word, because we can all do stuff differently, especially how we talk. But enough with the pleasantries, let's just jump right in and see which pieces are my 10 favorites that arrived in 2020. Now I did have one honorable mention, and I want to look at this because it's not ironic, but it's a funny situation. I actually sold him because I have a character, I have another statue of that same character that's even better, that didn't arrive in 2020, so it won't be on the list. But this honorable mention was this custom Sabretooth. I sold this recently, and as I boxed it up, it was really difficult to let go. This was an amazing piece. Probably number 11 in the ones I received this year. Maybe because of my tie to Sabretooth, so that could be why. But congrats to the new buyer. He got it in one piece. Very happy with it. I will definitely miss that guy. I'm going to do an audible actually and throw in one more honorable mention. This is one of my most recent acquisitions, and it is just extremely impressive. And this was one of those ones that I was hoping would be good, and it turned out amazing. But it's this custom Black Panther on Throne. This is awesome. It's a very, very cool piece. I'm so excited to have it, especially since right now there's only a few in the world, even though they are producing, 100 of them. It is on every level. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful, I think. It's just a work of art that encompasses a character that I like, but I don't love. And I think that makes it a knockout of the park when you have a character that you semi-like, but the statue is amazing. So number 10 is my Predator on Throne. I'm really digging this piece. It is my favorite Predator piece. I think it will be unseated by a bunch of stuff that Prime 1 Studios has coming out. But the more I look at him, the more I love it. I love him in my Throne collection. He would look great with the Predator collection. His size, his presence, the paint, the sculpt. I think this one did get an X, a 5 out of 5 on the overall review. Actually, I think most of these did. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Big fan. Love what they did. He comes in at number 10. Number 9 is my Queen Studios Thanos bust. Another one that was all about presence. There's probably about half of them on this list that fall into that category, that the presence alone is just a justification why it's such a great statue, but the likeness is uncanny. As I said, I actually posted some pictures on my Facebook page, the Extreme Channel Facebook page. Make sure to like that and follow it if you haven't. The link is in the description below. Crazy, crazy piece. Looks like Thanos is really in your room, and I'm working on a new display for my bust where this will be a centerpiece and it'll just look awesome. Number 8 I got in January. This was that custom Cyclops. This was almost a perfect piece, minus some paint concerns with the lower jaw, but I love it. It is the best Cyclops out there in my opinion. It shows his power. I love this whole line because the Sentinels are scaled correctly, and it's possible you'll see more of these on this countdown. But by my favorite sculptor, and originally I wasn't sure if I would love this as much as I do, but it's just a knockout of the park. And number 7, also along with that, is a piece that had a lot of controversy around it for so many different reasons. And it seems like whenever this group releases a piece, there's controversy, and I think sometimes it may be warranted, but a lot of times it's people coming on with jealousy and hate. And a lot of times people just like drama, but I love this piece. It is awesome. It is my favorite Iceman piece, and I think it knocked everything out of the park of what you wanted. Mine really didn't have any breakage issues. There was a couple icicles. So I'm very happy with the piece. I think it was done phenomenally, and it is never going to leave my collection. Number 6 kind of falls along with that Black Panther on Throne. It's a character that I semi-like, but the statue makes it amazing, and it's also an extremely rare one where there's only a few of them in the world. And that is the custom 1/3 scale Curse of the Spawn statue. This is so freaking cool. I absolutely love this piece. And I don't know a lot about the Curse of the Spawn at all. Most of it is what I watched on DT's review, because he got one of them as well on Evan HDTube. The paint, sculpt, the presence, the scariness of this character, even if you don't know who he is, makes this amazing. It is cool on so many different levels. Love it. Number 5 is my favorite character. This is a custom 1/4 scale Silver Surfer. So this came only in a kit, so it was professionally painted, and for the first time ever, I chose to have this painted silver, not chrome, where I traditionally do chrome on my surfers. And I wasn't sure how much I liked it, but I think it fits the setting more. To me, when he's silver, he's not as powered up, where this, he's kind of returning to his home planet, and I've seen some other awesome paint apps on this that actually make me a little bit jealous of mine. Thinking that those paint apps are better, but this one is still phenomenal. I love it, and it's not just because it's one of my favorite characters, but very, very well done. Number 4 is kind of like the Curse of the Spawn. It's a character I don't have a lot of ties to, but the statue just blew me away, and that is the Prime 1 Studios Batman Who Laughs. I think this is the best 1/3 scale piece that they've ever done. I impressed on it on so many levels. Every time I look at it, I think I find more detail and more cool stuff that I didn't know was there. But Prime 1 Studios really knocked it out of the park, and they continue to raise their bar on all their pieces, which I'm really excited because I have a ton of 1/3 Prime 1 Studios scale DC pieces on order. But Batman Who Laughs comes in at number 4. Throwing in another Audible, tied at number 4 because I don't know why I cannot remember that I own this piece. I forgot it on the top 10 most expensive countdown, but this is Prime 1 Studios Jet Power Optimus Prime. This is number 4. He was higher on the list, but this is another piece where its presence is amazing. It's 100 different pieces to put this together. This is the center of my huge Transformers collection. I love it. Number 3 is going to be a controversial choice, I think, because I love it. And as I stated in my review, there are some unfavorable things about it, but if you see this in person, I guarantee you would think it's in your top 3 as well. This is the custom 1/4 scale Rogue vs. Sentinel. This was my most anticipated piece, so I really had to examine, was me putting this in the top 3 because I had so much hype about it, or was it because it's that awesome? And I think it is that awesome. It's Rogue showing her power. It's an awesome Sentinel head. I mean, how cool is that? It's like a true 1/4 scale Sentinel. And this is one of those ones where the base is bigger than the character, but it doesn't take away from it because it tells such a cool story. I love this piece. It will never leave my collection. Number 3, custom Rogue vs. Sentinel. Number 1 and 2 could probably flip depending on the day and my mood. So I actually flipped a coin to see which one was going to be number 2 because I could not decide. I kept going back and forth, and I'm sticking with the coin even though I don't feel good about it. Number 2 is the custom 1/4 scale Nightcrawler. Also made by the same commission that made the other pieces. And I know it seems like I'm a dick rider for this commission group. It's because I am. But this is awesome. Not only because it is the best Nightcrawler out there, there's not a lot of choices, but this just blows me away. When I made this list, I walked through my collection room just to verify that those pieces still gave me that feeling, and you know, they're head turners. I had to stop and stare at them, and that was definitely the case with most of them, including this one, where I can't believe I own it. I feel really lucky to own it, which is kind of weird. Somebody said recently on my Facebook page, they said, you buy anything you can get your hands on. Well, that's not really true. Otherwise, I'd have about 5,000 more statues. But I do have access to a lot of specialty statues, but there are some I still just feel really lucky to own it, and number 2, that Nightcrawler was one of them. Which brings us to number 1 or number 2, depending how the coin would have flipped. This is one of my most recent acquisitions, and I still stand by the fact I think this is the best licensed piece ever made. It just blows me away. It is XM Studios Batman Shogun. This is the favorite piece I've received this year based on the coin flip. And they knocked everything out of the park. The only criticisms I've heard to this piece is that Batman isn't the best. And I think in my review, and I haven't watched any other ones, but I didn't highlight Batman enough. He is awesome in the piece as well. Everything about this piece is phenomenal. And I think XM Studios just one-upped everything they've done in the past, which makes me really excited for all the future pieces they have coming. I know I'm going to pick up the Joker and the Penguin that they recently teased. So those are my top 10. Now the favorite part is your turns. So let me know in the comments your favorite piece that you've received in 2020. Also, if you want to win a free statue, check this out. On our road to 20,000 subs, we are giving out this Mortal Kombat statue at 12,500 subs. All you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification, and stay tuned for that giveaway. Also, my next countdown, which I'm going to film right after this, so you'll see it in a few days and you'll see me wearing the same attire, is a concept that I am reluctantly doing. That's all I'm going to tell you. But again, make sure to throw down in the comments below what your favorite statue that has arrived in 2020 is. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, about 60% of you haven't, hit that subscribe Mr. X logo button right there. And then check out some of these other top 10 playlists. Thanks so much, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.